Hello everyone, myself Dr. Jyoti Mandala welcome you all to the video lectures on Python programming. We are in our lecture number 10. In this lecture, let us learn about dictionaries in Python programming. So up to our last video, we learned about sequences and sets. We learned like a sequence is an ordered set of elements and a set is a unordered set of elements. Where in sequence we have index concept and in sets there is no index concept. Now coming to dictionaries, dictionaries are also used to store a set of values where dictionary is a collection of unordered changeable and indexed items. So once a dictionary is created, we can change the elements, we can add new elements, we can remove the elements, and all the elements can be accessed through index. But what is the difference between sequence and dictionary is in dictionary items are stored as key value pair. In sequence directly we have stored the values, but whereas in dictionaries we need to store the items as key value pairs. Now let us see how to create a dictionary. A dictionary can be created in two ways. The first way is separating all the key value pairs and keeping all the key value pairs in between these flower braces. Let us see one example. Here I am creating a dictionary D where I am having three elements and each element is having a key value and a key and a value. Okay, so like this we need to specify and all these values should be separated by a comma, and these values should be kept in between flower braces. We have another way of creating a dictionary where we need to use a dist constructor. So observe here I am using the dist constructor, but whenever you are using a dist constructor, the key values, the key names, whatever we are using, that should not be kept in the quotations. Unlike your this way, the where we have kept the names in double quotes, we should not put the key names in double quotes. Got it all of you? And this is how a dictionary can be created. Now we can have nesting of dictionaries also. Suppose I am creating a dictionary called family in which I am creating three items and each item is again a dictionary. If you see, child 1 is one dictionary which is having again two items, and child 2 as a dictionary which is having again two items. Similarly, child 3 is having is also a dictionary which is having two items. Got it all of you? So this is how dictionaries can be created. Let us create a dictionary now. For this, let us go to the command prompt and we'll see how to create a dictionary. To create a dictionary, let us consider D is our dictionary, and I am using the first method of creating the dictionary. I am using the same example which I have shown you here. Name is the first key name, and then I'm creating the second item where I need to put that one in double quotes. Okay, I'm giving roll number as 1 2 3 4, and next one is I'm giving third item whose item is year and the value is, let us consider 2020 as an example. I'm considering this is how a dictionary can be created. If you try to see the values, all the values will be displayed here. I think this is clear to all of you how a dictionary can be created, right? So we'll see how to access the elements from the dictionary. So whenever we want to access the items from the dictionary, we can access the items. Let us consider if you want to access the individual element can be accessed by using the key name inside the square brackets, or you can use the get method also. To access the individual element, we have two options. So the first option is simply if a dictionary is created by simply get this one. If you see this example, I have specified the key as name, I'll get a value of Jyoti. Or else you can use a get method where inside the get whatever key you specified as a parameter, its name will be displayed. Let us see this example. I want to display the value of D of, let us consider roll number. I am roll number value I want to display. So I need to specify D of roll number inside that. Right, now it will display the value of that corresponding item. This is how a value can be retrieved, accessed. Next one is you can access all the key names by using this d dot keys and you can use all, you can retrieve all the values also. Let us retrieve all the what is that one, keys. If you want to retrieve all the keys will be stored in a set. So for that, what we'll do is, let us use one for loop for or let us store in one set s equal to, our list is d dot keys, to get all the key names. Okay, we have our s now. Now to display all the values, what I'll do is, I'll take for I in s, I am trying to print all the values in yes. Are you getting? Now, if you see all the key names we are getting. Similarly, to access the values, what we can do? Simply you can write s dot d dot values. We have a method called values. Now, for I in s, if you write for I in s, and if you write print of I, then all the values will be displayed. You can see here Jyoti 1234 2020 is your values. Got it all of you? This is how key names and values can be accessed by using your keys method and values method. If you want to access all items, all keys and names pair, if you want to access like this, then you can simply use items method. D dot item can be, show you that one also. So if you write, let us use the for loop directly. For I comma j in d dot, I am using a method called items. Okay, so there is a problem. Oh, sorry, it is d dot items. Okay, d dot items. Now here I am trying to print I comma j. I think this is clear to all of you. If you see, key name pair has been displayed. We have three items, all the three have been displayed. This is how accessing of items can be done from a dictionary. Okay. Now, if you want to add an item to a dictionary, if you want to add, let us consider we want to add a new item. Now, how can we add? Simply we can add, let us consider our dictionary D. I want to add branch to that one. Simply you can specify the item name and you specify its value. Let us consider computers. Okay. Now, if you try to display the D value, you can see branch has been added to our dictionary. This is how a new value can be added, new item can be added. If you want to remove, you can use del command. How to use del command? Simply you need to write del of, if whatever value you want to remove. Let us consider D of, I want to remove branch only. So simply write branch. So if you try to display D value, branch has been removed here. Okay. Now next one is, if you want to remove complete dictionary, so complete dictionary can be removed by using del command. This you all are familiar with this. Simply write del D, then D will be removed. If you are trying to display D value, you will get D is not defined. So it will be removed quickly out of your memory. This is how a dictionary values can be added and removed. Okay. Now let us see what are all the built-in methods available in our dictionary. So these are all the built-in methods available in our dictionary. Let us learn with an example. So let us move the command prompt. So see, this is the dictionary I have created with the three items. Each item is having key value pair. Now if you want to find out the length, that means how many items are there in our dictionary, simply you can use len command, where you can write len of pass the dictionary name. Our dictionary name is D. So you are getting an output of 3. Why? Because we have 3 items. Okay. Now we can have another method, that is update method, which is used to add new value to your method. We have already learned how to add in a, right. Now this is a method where we can use this one. What we can do? You need to write d dot update. Okay. Within the parenthesis, you need to use flower braces, where let us consider I want to add branch, and I want to specify it as computers. The value is computers. I think you all are understanding. Okay. Now if you write like this, then if you try to display the value, branch has been added. This is one way of adding a new element using update. Next one is pop. Pop is used to remove an element from your item. How can we remove an element? Simply write d dot pop of whichever element you want to remove, its item name should be specified. Let us consider I want to remove roll number. Okay, roll number. Now if you write like this, that will be removed, and if you try to display the D value, roll number has been removed from our dictionary. Okay, we have another method, that is pop items. Now what is the use of this pop item says it will remove the last inserted item. So our last inserted item is branch. Let us see that one. D dot pop items. D dot pop items. Okay, not items, it is item. If you see here, it is pop item. Okay, make a note of that one. So last added element has been removed, that is branch. I think you all are clear with this. So we are left with two items. Next one is clear. Before learning clear, I want to tell you copy. What is the use of this copy is, if you want to make a new a dictionary with the same values, you can have simply copy. You can also write D1 equal to D, but it is like we are creating a reference, one more reference to this dictionary only. That means whatever changes you do to this dictionary, that will be reflected to D1. But you don't want to have such thing. That means this you want to have a copy of this one, but these two should not be interrelated. In that case, you need to use this copy method, where D1 will get these whatever items you have, that will be copied into D1. If you see D1, you will get the same values. Okay, I think it is clear to all of you. Next, clear. What is the use of this clear is, simply if you want to clear all the contents, then you can write D1 dot. I'm up clear. If you write, all the values will be clear. If you try to display D1, nothing will be there. It will not be removed, it will be there, but items are not there. You can add elements into this one. If you see D, then D values will be there. Got it, all of you? So this is how the operations, some of the built-in methods that are available in our dictionary. Along with these built-in methods, we already learned how to get the key values using keys, how to get the values using values, how to get key values using items. These are also built-in methods that are available in our dictionary. Okay. So with this, we'll come to an end of our lecture number 10, that is about dictionaries. Let us all meet in our next lecture. Thank you.